It's a chase cutoff race at Talladega. What could possibly go wrong? Well, as it turns out, spoilers for the last NASCAR 15 video, by the way, a lot of things could go wrong because we are now last in the point standings, 25 points behind Kyle Busch in 11th place. And to get to 8th, which I believe is the cutoff, we need almost 40 points, which, judging by the NASCAR point system, that is going to be next to impossible to do. So what we need to do is win Talladega. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Now, we did pick up an extra sponsor between now and then. In fact, we just renegotiated with another sponsor, so we went from Featherlight Trailers to Molly, but that is not going to help us in the pack at Talladega. I actually crashed out of the last Talladega race. I crashed out of the race before this one. I think in Kansas, was it? But qualifying was a positive. So in qualifying, Kevin Harvick took the pole. Chase Elliott will be second. Michael McDowell, who we pushed to third, will be just ahead of us as we are fourth. We actually pushed Kyle Busch earlier in the session to fifth. Kyle Larson sixth, Jeff Gordon, and then down through the rest of the field. Find where your favorite driver is. Find where your least favorite driver is. Find where your favorite driver isn't. And we got Elio Castroneves down there in 14th. So his first Talladega start will not be too nice, but hopefully being up at the front will minimize some of the craziness, but then again it may exacerbate some of the craziness. So here we go. Talladega, we've got to win to stay in the chase. Can it be done?
Welcome to Talladega, Alabama for the only restrictor plate race in the chase, the Good Sam Club 500.
Mike, it's kind of a wild card race. It's the Lotto 500. These guys say when you come here, you're just gambling. You've got to be lucky to get out of here with a good finish, and that's what most of these guys are going to be looking for, a good finish.
Do you need a good partner, Darrell, or the right place in the pack?
No fun to dance alone. Got to have somebody to dance with.
These high-speed restrictor plate races are among the most unpredictable because the winner can come from deep in the pack if, as you say, he gets the right partner. 500 miles of holding your breath, ready to go at the fastest speedway on earth.
Here we go at Talladega. I don't know what Mike Joy is on about the fastest speedway on earth. I can think of at least 5 where there is a higher track record overall than at Talladega. But anyway, here we go.
Boogity, boogity, booty. Come on, buddy, give me a shove. Let's go racing, boys and girls.
And thanks for that, Darrell. We are racing at Talladega. We're already giving a shot to Chase Elliott here. We're going to try to get him around the outside of Kevin Harvick as we work up to speed. We are absolutely tandeming with Mr. Chase here. We'll see what we can do as we get to the back straightaway. We're going to try not to... Well, we wrecked him. Going out of turn 2, and there goes Chase Elliott back to the back, or at least behind us. So ideally, we'd like to be on the bottom because that's how this NASCAR 15 plate racing works. Is the bottom lane usually is the fastest. As Kyle Larson's going to come up behind us and give us some helping hands from Target. Thanks, Target. I appreciate that. And now up behind Michael McDowell, who we worked well with in qualifying, and give him a shot there. Try to get him up closer to the around Kevin Harvick. And in fact, Harvick blocked him just a little bit there. Got to be careful because the yellow line rule actually exists in this game, unlike in the NASCAR Heat series. And now we get around the outside of Michael McDowell. Actually going to go for the lead here with help of Kyle Larson. Is it going to happen? Come on, Senpai. Push me to the front. We're in the lead. Side drafting. And now Larson gives us a shot down the back straightaway, and we are going to lead. And now Larson's pushing us to the front. So thank you, Kyle Larson. We go to the lead here at Talladega on lap number 2. And now it's time to cross down. Oh, that is beautiful. That is some beautiful tandeming from Kyle Larson. Oh, that was almost not too beautiful for me, as we've got lots and lots of cars all stacked together here. It looks like we may be going 4 wide behind. It looked like maybe Mears going down to the inside. Harvick will take the lead. In fact, we didn't even lead a lap. Yeah, they're 4 wide. This is 4 wide now. Well, we've fallen back a little ways, and it is absolute crazy 4 wide racing, as to be expected here at Talladega in NASCAR 15. These AI there is no holds barred. It is absolutely gloves off racing. Plate racing at its craziest. As David Reagan almost gets turned by AJ Allmendinger, he slides down in front of me. Now we're going to get in behind Reagan here. The 3 chicken tenders special. And trying to push him. Now we'll sneak to the inside. I think we should be able to make it stick. Yes, we will. We hung Reagan out to dry again. Larson being a great partner, keeping us right where we go. And here comes Junebug Jr. coming to the front at Talladega. In fact, the fastest lap of the race has been set by Castro Neves there at a 47.2. So good for Castro Neves. He's way back in the back, I would imagine. Wow, that was a close move with Allmendinger there. We almost got Chase Ellioted down the back straightaway. Is that a word? Can I add an ED to the back of Chase Elliott? But I don't know. Oh, it's still blocking. We're just being the Pied Piper right now. We're Pied Piper and the Pied Piper here at Talladega. And we are just, and again, oh no, I snuck up the racetrack. That is really bullying. Do not lose it in front of the pack. Do not lose it in front of the pack. Oh God, there we go. Around we go.
Let's use it. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up.
Oh no, Mikey.
Do your best, man.
Oh, they're crashing. Well, they were crashing back there as well. Don't know who the yellow is going to be for. Yeah, there was a wreck actually further up the track as I was spinning. You're not going to... Well, yeah, there you go. They called the yellow on Austin Dillon, who got turned around. So the field was split under the yellow. Half the field stayed out, half the field came in. We're just coming in for gas and back out to the race. All right, we're ready to go. Back to racing at Talladega. We're right at the back. But now we have the fuel mileage advantage. Here we go. Ready to go race at Talladega. Got to get a win. We're underway. So the idea is to stay up with the pack. Don't lose the pack. Whatever happens, do not lose the pack.
Keep rolling.
So we're underneath Brad Keselowski, which is a good sign because, again, he's a very proficient plate racer. Prolific plate racer. Proficient, that's not a word. Well, it is a word, but I don't think it's the correct use of the word.
He's going to draft with you.
And so as long as we can keep Keselowski behind us, I think we'll be okay. We'll be able to work our way back up to the pack. As it seems like Keselowski's decided, I don't want to draft with anybody. And in fact, we are losing the draft quite quickly. That is not good. That is no bueno. Yeah, we've managed to, I don't know how, but we managed to lose the draft. Oh, God almighty. That's going to be problematic. That is going to be super problematic. Well, the only thing I can hope for is that they crash, which I don't think they will, unless there's problems coming into the pits. So we may have to ride this out as they go 4 or 5 wide there in the pack. Again, I can only hope that they crack up, but again, seems like the AI don't ever crash on these plate tracks. So the only positive from losing the draft is the fact that it may stay green now. And the reason it's a positive that it will stay green
There's a 5-second gap between you and the leader.
Is that we can actually use the fuel mileage to our advantage, which is something we have in hand over the rest of the field. And we always have had, especially so at these plate tracks where we can just stretch fuel so much longer than everybody else. And then also when we come into the pits, we can just go in for fuel because tire wear is almost non-existent here at Talladega. I've spun on these tires, and as you can see, the wear is not great at all, or not bad at all. There's not a great amount of wear, how about that? But it does look like we're catching up to Kyle Busch here, ever so slightly. And we'll eventually catch the draft of him, and meaning we'll actually be able to increase our speed quite a bit once we get back to him. Be nice if he dragged the brake a little bit and let me get back up there, but I guess we'll just keep running the shorter distance around the track.
We gotta go to work now. We gotta go to work.
And then just catch him up ever so gradually. And then just try to get in his draft on the straightaway here. Are we picking it up? Not really. We're kind of stuck at 189. If we start seeing 190, we'll know we're kind of sniffing his draft here. Right now, there you go, 190. 189. The whole way around. Oh, I think we may be getting it now because I'm starting to feel a little bit of controller vibration. Or maybe that was just, well, I don't know. Yeah, 191. Yeah, we're definitely in the draft now. Okay, here we go. Drafting with Kyle Busch. Now, the problem is 2 cars are not faster than the whole pack. Even if we tandem, we're not really going to catch the pack. But we're at least not going to lose more time to the pack, which is crucial in this at this time of the race. We'll get in here and bump draft Kyle Busch.
That's a full second you made up on the driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
There you go. You can just see how much time you can make up in the draft with just 1 car. And hopefully we can start picking off some of these other guys who fell off the back of the pack.
Great drafting right there, man.
Feels like I always have to do this in these Talladega races. I always lose the draft one way or the other. Then we kind of have to pick up the pieces for a while. So we're getting into behind Kyle Busch and actually going up to 200 miles an hour maybe on the back straightaway. 200. There we go. There's 200. And I've also got to be careful of the engine temperature. I don't want to run him too hard for too long behind him. And I also don't want to wreck him. But if I run too long behind him, I will overheat the engine, and we know what happened at Kansas when I did that. So or Bristol or Kentucky or any of the other races where I blew the engine up by running way too hard. So ideally, we don't want to do that. So maybe 1 more lap behind Kyle Busch, and then we'll try to pull off a swap so that we don't completely blow up the engine. Because we are catching the car ahead, which is Kurt Busch, I think. It's a red and black car. Might be Jeff Gordon, actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Denny Hamlin, maybe? I don't know, we're catching him in a hurry, whoever it is. So we get in behind Kyle Busch. Give him another shot. And now we're starting to see pit stops. So here we go.
Looking really good right here.
We're starting to make up positions, which is always a good thing. We should be able to get around Hamlin here. I actually called it right. You can see the amount of draft that Kyle Busch was able to pick up there. He really was able to make up some time, and we will go around the outside of Kyle Busch and let him draft off the back of us, hopefully. Maybe. And the reason we're doing this again is to make that engine temperature go down a little bit. And Kyle Busch completely decides to dump me. Maybe I should have dumped him for Denny Hamlin at this point in time. But again, we're getting more stops, and we're at about a half tank, meaning the AI are probably about at a quarter tank. So only about 3 or 4 laps before the AI will have to all cycle through their stops. And then it'll be time for us to come into the pits. But we'll see. I don't know exactly how this is all going to work out. The AI are getting lapped on the back straightaway that pitted just a few laps ago, as Ryan Newman and Jeb Burton are trading the lead back and forth. Again, we are way off of our... we're a second slower by ourselves than when we were pushing Kyle Busch.
It's time to go to work.
Maybe if I had been a little bit smarter and just run outside of the draft of Kyle Busch for a little while, we would have had better success. But we'll try to get Kyle Busch back in the draft here of us. At least have him push us a little bit. Because I think he is close enough. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to pick up past 189. And there we go up to 25th.
R1 back. Looks like he's going to tuck in and draft behind you.
So that is very good, very good. And now Kyle Busch giving us a little bump draft in the corner. Not entirely the best idea, Kyle.
Wow, you just closed down the guy in front by 8/10.
And yeah, we are absolutely flying up on the guys behind us as Denny Hamlin's going to come out of the pits. Hopefully he doesn't LePage us. He didn't.
Put it on the left.
That's a good thing.
Now
let's see how long Kyle Busch stays with us before he has to come into the pits. That'll be a bit annoying if he immediately dumps us for the sweet embrace of pit road.
Car tucked in behind you.
But who knows? Paul Menard leads the race by 14 seconds over us.
Still with you.
So that's a bit annoying.
Right behind you.
So we're either going to need a yellow or this thing to go green the rest of the way, which is ironically both of the options that exist at the moment. But it going yellow would obviously stack the pack back up, which would be okay. It wouldn't be the greatest thing in the world. But going green to the end could potentially be very interesting because, again, we could fuel mileage our way into a win rather than necessarily have to 100% race for it.
Got one behind you.
But there's always the worry that they'll form up in a pack and pass you, so that's not a guaranteed victory. As Josh Wise is very slow to the inside as he comes into the pits. And Kyle Busch still giving us a nice shot here. We're actually coming up behind Mike Lynette, the threat, but he is a lap behind the race. I guess it's good that we're staying on the lead lap. That is an important aspect of doing this. Staying on the lead lap for as long as possible. As we're going to get a nice draft off of Lynette here. Slice to the inside. Stupid Kyle Busch did not go with me as quickly as he should have. So we're going to lose a little bit of time that we would have otherwise made up. Because Kyle Busch really wants to get around me. But you didn't have the run to do that, Kyle. So why did you, like, weave around on the straightaway like that? I will never understand that. And I think he should be coming into the pits this time around. No, he won't. So maybe we're on a closer fuel strategy with the AI than I originally anticipated. That's interesting.
Okay, behind you. Time to hit pit road.
Nope, we've still got maybe 2 laps that we can stay out, as far as I'm aware, with the current amount of fuel in the car. And I believe Jimmy Johnson's all the way on his own because we are actually kind of catching up to him, at least as I look at the intervals we are. And now in behind Josh Wise, who is just in the pits. Around him we go. We can still make it one more lap. Kyle Busch gets held up by Josh Wise. And I think we're actually closing down on Tony Stewart, who is going to be the next car in our crosshairs to pass. Except for the fact that he's going to come into the pits, so disregard that last statement.
Nice pass, man. Keep
so
working.
Blaney takes the lead. How many cars are still out on track? Only 3.
Okay, 20 to go.
Me, Blaney, and Harvick, but we've got 20 laps remaining in the race, as you heard from the spotter. And I think we'll be alright. You're hearing the beeping, but the beeping doesn't matter to me. So I think we should be able to make it into the pits without too much drama. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I think you can go all the way down to the empty. Beep. Oh, that's concerning. Oh, it's coming down. Okay. Lifting. 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 And clutch in. Now we don't have to worry about it. Brake, brake, brake. Down from 200 to 55. They yelled at me about coming into the pits too slow, but my crew member is going too slow putting the fuel in. We're only doing fuel, no tires, just gas.
Nice pit stop right there, just like we practiced.
Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there.
All right, so we're up to 3rd, but the pack is going to come by very quickly.
We'll get him next time, buddy.
We're going to lose some positions, in fact, a lot of positions, because the pack is really formed up there. Wowee.
Come on, you just got to be smooth and calm. 10-4.
Okay, can we find someone, please, to work with to get up to that pack? That would be very nice. We're up to 24th, which is a nice increase, and it looks like this little pack behind us is flying up. Looks like Eric Almirola, Helio Castroneves, and Kurt Busch. So 2 IndyCar guys and the Smithfield car, even though it's the Eckrich car in this race. Okay. Yes, and Castroneves is going to work with us, so that's very good. Hashtag thank you, Elio. Actually, he's not an IndyCar guy anymore. He's an IMSA guy. I need to get my facts straight. Okay, so hopefully Castroneves, as we know, he is the fastest car on the track. As you can see, he's run the fastest lap of the race. Danica is leading. All is right with the world. Let's see. Come on, Castroneves. Give me a shot here. Elio clearly does not know how to draft. Oh, no, he figured it out. No, he didn't. Well, okay, Elio, you go, and we'll just follow you. How about that? Will you go? He lifted. He lifted underneath me. Get underneath you. There. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the front, Elio.
Close that gap.
Let's
Stay
go.
on him. Stay on him.
Let's go. Come on. Okay, here we go. We'll give Elio a shot, and we'll start going. To freedom! 196. 197. Come on. We've got to catch that pack up front, because they are starting to pull away. We are somehow able to bump draft him in the corners. I do not know how this is possible. Or maybe I was just off of him slightly. Ever so slightly. But now we're increasing quite a bit, and again getting into his bumper. He's in the draft of the guys just ahead, so that's going to make it very nice to be able to go, as Eric Almirola almost turned into Kurt Busch there. We're 10th up on our best lap, and Castroneves just a little bit slow, and we're going to get spun out.
Going to caution. Going to caution.
Let's see how this, so I got it to Elio, and then Kurt Busch turned me. So, just kind of unfortunate accident there. Alright, we're making a strategy call. We're going to stay out. Stay out. No pit stop. We'll take it under the green flag. Hopefully it will go to the scheduled distance on the green. But in the center of the pack, we have less of a chance of losing the draft this way.
The driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
We're going to give a shot to Hamlin there. It didn't work. In fact, Keselowski decided, I'm going to come up into you, as Hamlin decided I'm going to come down into you. So we kind of got sandwiched there for a second, but we are on the inside here, which is good. 4th gear, and there you go. Now we're right where we need to be. Right where we need to be. And now I'm behind Keselowski. They're 3 wide just out in front. Maybe 4 wide. In fact, I misspoke. They're 4 wide. And we're going to dive down to the inside. Well, that was 5 wide for a second. We've got to be very careful not to... I don't know how there wasn't a wreck there. I heard tires squealing. Underneath Castroneves we go. I don't want to get smashed by somebody coming into the pits. Okay, nobody came in. Probably because it's just so wild and crazy in the pack right now. But, no thank you. Again, we'll keep Casey Kane behind us as best we can for now. As I hear more contact. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, now we're getting another good, fantastic draft. Blaney's in the old sucker hole. There we go, up to 202, 203, 203. That's all we got. There isn't any more. We are going to run a very fast lap here. We're 4/10 up on our best lap. We're not going to quite get to what Castroneves laid down early in this race, but we're going to be pretty good. So we're going to get in behind Harvick here. Slice to the inside. All the way to the inside. Whoa, there goes Paul Menard. A very, very nice move there. Oh, that was not where I wanted to be. Allmendinger slices in. There we go. We're hung out to dry. Wow, Allmendinger was very aggressive right there. So aggressive. Kyle Larson, who was so nice to us at the beginning of the race, has suddenly decided, we don't want to be friends anymore. Oh, God, we're 4 wide. Oh, no. I can't believe Kevin Harvick didn't come down into me there. Well, Allmendinger seems to be going to the front. Somehow the center lane is going forward. Oh, we're in the middle. This is not where we want to be. This is a bad thing. Down to the inside. Yes. I don't know how I pulled that one off. I saw an opening and I went for it. Now we'll shove Larson in there. I think we'll give Larson the lead by doing that. He goes underneath Justin Allgaier. Well, briefly, because I decided to wreck him. Did the same thing to Chase Elliott, who in fact, there is Chase Elliott. They're 4 wide again. And we're leading this SOB. And just keeping Kyle Busch behind me. Now down to the inside. Got to keep Chase Elliott back there. Again, being the Pied Piper Talladega. Okay. Whee! Right in front. Block that lane. Block that lane. Block that lane. Block that lane. do the Dale Jr. thing, which is slice all the way down in front of like 3 lanes of traffic and somehow not get turned in front of the field.
Car in line with you.
Whee! Do that. Do that. Blocking all of the lanes of traffic. We'll block Greg Biffle down there.
Car tucked in behind you.
Wow, well, that's what happens when you block. Oh dear. Well, that was inevitable. Boink, around we go. Hey, that looks familiar. That looks really familiar.
It's smart. Here we go.
What that yellow does do is allow me to make it to the end, because we've only got 10 laps remaining in the race, and I think with the repairs and tires we're doing, we'll be able to go to the front. So there is going to be some fuel mileage involved in this finish, I think.
Okay, it's time to push that
I'm not
pace
sure
down,
if
buddy.
the AI
Stay
can
focused.
make
We
it
do
8
this.
laps on fuel. We'll see. We're going to try not to A, lose the draft, and B, get in a wreck
Get the momentum. Let's go.
as we get back to racing here at
There's 5
Talladega.
second gap between you and the leader.
McDowell and McMurray, all the
You're doing it
Micks
today.
are unhappy with me for some reason. But we're going to get down here into turn 1. And try to find the place that we're not going to lose the draft.
There.
'Cause that is the last thing I want right now. And the last thing really this race needs. So there we go, a nice draft on to Hamlin, who I believe is still last for some reason, which would indicate that's why the
Car in
43 is
front, heading
there.
to the pit.
So we got a car coming into the pits, and again we're losing the draft. How is this possible? How is this possible? Well, somebody's coming into the pits, apparently, but it's not happening. I don't see anybody coming into the pits. What is going on with this?
8 to go.
Okay, well, we've got 8
First
laps
leading
to
by
go.
3 seconds.
Now we're going to need to hope for, I guess we're going to have to hope for it to go green. We're going to have to hope for fuel mileage. That's the only way we're going to win this race. Because 41st is not a guarantee that we're going to get into the final round of the chase. And I'm a little bit worried because other drivers were able to stretch the fuel just as long as I was. And if I'd been able to stay up in the pack, I think we would have been alright. But now we are in big, big trouble. Big trouble. There are some cars coming off into the pit lane. At least one. Somebody got seriously slowed up there.
Okay, man. Nice and
Josh
smooth.
Wise.
Nice and smooth.
So what we're going to try to do here is
7 to go.
boink. I was a little bit, maybe a bit
Somebody's gonna
ambitious.
pull over and make it easy for us today. Gotta go get it.
But by doing that, hopefully at least Josh Wise can help us get back up to the front. I probably lost way more time than I gained doing that. But, you know, we'll see.
The car
can't
behind
be-
is less than a second away.
We can't.
7
Yeah,
seconds
thanks,
ahead to
dude.
a
I
lead car.
can see that. We can't be concerned about the engine at this point. We have to kind of go for it. I'm going to try to just get out of the draft every now and then just to cool the engine, like so. Just keep
There's your next victim
clean
right
air
there.
on it. Oh, Josh Wise is coming into the pits.
Clear left side.
Wonderful.
Nicely done, man.
Wonderful. Well, I mean, if the whole field pits,
6 to go.
then we're good. But I mean, again, I'm not confident. I'm not confident. We've got 5 laps to go, and we need 33 cars ahead of me to pit. We need like 7 cars a lap to pit. And I just don't see that happening. Well, we'll just have to cross our fingers and toes and every other thing we can cross
First is in front by 8 seconds.
that we can pull this off. Or at least get a yellow to close the field up, maybe. Well, let's see how many cars come into the pits this time around. And it doesn't look like it's going to be very many. Doesn't look like it's going to be very many. That's about 4 cars.
Keep it steady.
And we're up to 30th.
5 to go.
5 laps to go. Okay, we still got a little bit of time here. Little bit of time. Oh, God almighty, I can't believe it.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
Well,
The
the
leader's
car in
10 seconds ahead.
front's coming in, but again, we're losing time and losing our chances in
Come
the
on, man.
chase
Eyes on the prize. Let's do
with
this
every
now.
second that passes. How many cars are coming in this time? It's the only thing that's going to save me. Is cars pitting. Nothing. I don't think one car, the car directly ahead of us, try to sneak down and get a little bit of draft off of Truex there. Yeah, see, we're going to have 4 laps to go. We're only up to 29th.
4 to go.
Okay, 4 laps to go. 4 laps. Oh, lordy. I don't think we're going to get there, fam. That was me not looking at the screen for a second. I was looking at the recording to make sure it was still recording. But now we've done a little bit of damage to the side of the car. Not a big deal, obviously, because, like, well, what's the point anyway? What is the point anyway? Nobody's coming in. So, you know what? Come on, okay. Well, if I can actually do it. All these stupid plate cars. They're too stuck. Come on. I can't do it. I can't get an itchy arm.
Watch your
Okay,
rear.
this is how we're gonna have to do it. Oh, hello.
Looking high.
Hello, Michael McDowell.
Keep
Oh
her
no.
steady,
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh no. Is there any way I can spin this thing out? There's no... I can't spin it out. Alright, we're going to try to get on the grass here and spin it out. I cannot
We've
spin
been
this
here
car
before,
out.
buddy. Come on, let's pick it up.
I can't spin it out. Okay, well, we're... Desperate times call for desperate measures. Is there like a handbrake or something? There's nothing. I cannot spin the car out. Alright, well... Oh no! I spun it. Wow. Oh no, look at this. Look at this dramatic spin. I had trouble getting the car around. Alright, we've just gone full Harvick. We have gone full Harvick here at Talladega. We got 2 laps to make up 30 positions. So we're not... You know, we didn't cheat for nothing. We're gonna have to earn this one regardless. Here we go.
We got this, buddy.
Second gear. Some cars got some wheel spin on the restart. Paul Menard's trying to wreck
Car
me.
approaching low. Got one
A lot of
behind
drivers are probably unhappy with the way that went down. Well, here we go.
you. Still right behind you.
We're gonna need that run. This is gonna be the crucial part of this.
Car closing
Well,
right.
that was
All right,
crucial.
Go. Green, white checkers here.
Chase Elliott, everybody involved in... Oh my god. They're still wrecking. And as you can see the onboard, I tried to get down in the line, and Kevin Harvick said, "Stop stealing my gimmick." Oh, well, Kevin Harvick got a lucky dog, so that's why he spun me out there. He was going for a lucky dog. So now Kevin Harvick did the same thing I did. So it's all good. It's all good, man. The precedent has been set that you can just do this at Talladega. All right, here we go.
There's 5
We're
seconds.
underway and racing at Talladega,
Okay, behind
a
you.
real racetrack or something.
He's
Here we
still
go.
on you.
Trying to get her done.
Great, man.
We've got 28
Okay,
positions
let's
to
go.
make
We gotta
up.
step it up.
We're on the inside where we need to be.
Nice pass, man. Keep working.
Up to 4th gear.
That's it, man. Set him up.
Okay, here we go.
That's it,
Jimmy
dude.
Johnson
Every
making a
position is
move
more
down to
points.
the inside.
Got a car closing on your outside.
Oh no, we are falling back.
Car inside, trying to get to your corner.
Oh, Chase Elliott giving a shot to Michael
Car
Waltrip.
front's heading to the pit.
Somebody's coming into the
Coming
pits,
high.
not sure why. At least according to the spotter, but he's been wrong about that almost every lap he said it.
Car 1 back.
Okay, here we go. We're getting in behind Ryan Newman here. We need to start making up positions as best we can.
You'll bump draft it.
Oh, no,
You've
they're
gotta
coming into
ease
the
it up a
pits.
little bit. Driver in first in 2 seconds. All right, looks like green white checker. This is going to be a free-for-all, man. Be ready.
Steel wrecking. Look at this. Car's coming into the pits, and bye-bye, David. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hey, guess who has damage? Oh, that's me, right. Alright, we're in 33rd. We need to make up 33 positions and in 2 laps. And I believe this is the last attempt at a green white checker at Talladega. Alright, here we go.
Nobody's going to make it easy for us today, buddy.
And there's some wheel spin at the top of the track.
Just keep a good pace.
Everybody's having some trouble getting back up to speed, but we're not going to have trouble. We're already up into 3rd gear, which is a good sign. Now this run off of turn 2 is going to be very, very crucial.
We're on the high side. Nice pass.
4th gear.
Clear high.
Looks like the bottom lane's definitely moving. Again, we're going to need the run on Allmendinger here as best we can do it. There's some cars moving around. Allmendinger's going to get held up just a little bit as we work down the back straightaway. Somebody's coming into the pit, so we need to be looking to the outside coming out of turn 4, because otherwise there's going to be some major issues.
Car up top, one back.
Okay, so who all is coming into the pits? There's some cars looking to the inside. Jimmy Johnson is one of them. Ryan Blaney's another one. Okay, so here we go. Last lap.
The leader's a second ahead.
Last lap at Talladega. Chase Elliott looked to the inside, couldn't quite get there.
Doing an awesome job today, buddy.
Well, we're moving up the field, but I just don't know if we're moving up fast enough. There's just really nowhere to go with the run.
Car up top.
Well, maybe. There's kind of a last-ditch effort down here.
Looks like he's wanting to draft with
Danica's going.
Keep it low. Keep it low.
Chase Elliott gives us a shot down into turn 3. I don't think it's going to happen. The controller's vibrating, so that's a good draft. We can't go anywhere with it unless we give Clinton Boyer an absolutely incredible shove here.
Really good.
All the pack is all together. No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Well, we're going to fall out of the chase. We're going to move up quite a bit in the race, but it's not going to be enough.
That was great racing right there.
Yeah.
Top 10 is what you deserve.
No, we don't. And guess who won? Elio Castroneves. What a there. He takes his first NASCAR win. Ricky Stenhouse was 2nd, Cole Witt 3rd, Gillen 4th, and we finished 8th. So we didn't get in the chase. It didn't happen. We finally get knocked out. We won't win the championship this season. NASCAR 15. What a shame. Unless we pointed in, which I highly doubt we did, but it's possible. Find out in the next video if we did, because we did outdo most, if not all, of the chase drivers that were still in. So it's possible, but it's probably pretty unlikely. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like on it, and we'll see you in the next video.